Welcome back to Paul Reporting Live, and today's news is about recapping my experience with drones. And I've mentioned before, I used to be into model airplane remote control, and I did that since I was a teenager, and I was kind of getting back into it just to kind of to start my hobby again. And then drones sort of start to appear, on YouTube specifically, and they were quite big actually. My Drone-matic original YouTube channel, that's kind of like the size. Even a DJI had a very similar size, very bulky, very awkward to carry around, especially if you're going to another country. And anyways, about a year after, the Mavic One was in circulation. It was, I waited a little bit because they were more expensive than the other ones. So I got the Mavic 1. Eventually, 2 years after, I got the Mavic 2. And then the government put in this restrictions, right? You had to get your pilot's license and register your drone, like you register your car with the registries. And you put a license plate on your car, right? Well, same thing with the drone. You have to put a sticker with the license number and registration number. And so people had this phobia about cameras in the air. I mean, you could have your smartphone taking videos at a park and nobody is concerned about that. But as soon as this camera is flying, people get offended and defensive about it. And uh, so anyways, when the restrictions were put on, I started to think, well, there's got to be another option. And DJI was working on a project with the mini Mavic, basically. It looks like the full size, but it's smaller. And I remember when it first came out, the Mini One was, I don't think it had any sensors. It probably had some in the bottom for landing, but that was it. There's no fancy gadgets on it. I think the number 2 came with sensors, number 3 with more sensors, and number 4 was, it came with LED light. It was a little bit more high tech. So the Mini 5 came out just recently, and guess what? I don't know why DJI did this. It was weighing over 250 grams. So you're back to square one. Why did they bother starting the mini version if they're going to go over the 250 gram? So I start checking things out with other drones, and I kind of like DJI. And in the background, they had the Neo one that they had out on market like a year before uh, the Mini 5 came out. And now this is the number 2 here. It's got sensors all over. It's a little bit more high tech than the one. The range on it is better. So the big deal was it's way under 250 gram, and you don't need a remote for it. That's what I like about it. You can use hand signals, you know, or you can use your smartphone that you already have. And that was the interesting thing about the Mavic 1. You needed your phone, but you would have to unfold the controller. It was quite small. You unfold it, you insert it, and then plug in your phone and pull the antennas out, and then you could fly your Mini 1, or your Mavic 1. And then the Mavic 2, it came with I think it came with one of the first smart controllers. And the thing is, the controllers were getting bigger. And then when I hit the mini generations of drones, uh, the controller was actually bigger than the drone. And it was kind of difficult to get everything to fit on my satchel bag here. Because the controller was so big and had a big battery for the big screen. It had to be bright enough, so it had a lot extra weight and space. So the one thing I did not like about from the Mavic series to the Mini series was you have to unfold the propellers. Here there's no folding to do or unfolding. It's basically just pull it out, turn it on, and fly. And that was one thing that was kind of discouraging, but at the same time, that's what it was at the time. And being that, people may be shy of cameras, especially cameras on drones, you try to stay stealthy. You want to keep a kind of low profile. So I just want to pop open my bag and throw the drone in the air, take the shot, turn that off, and put it back in the bag. So it's small and quiet, and I just want to get the shot. It's like drone footage in most YouTube videos are, I would say, not even like 5% of the videos. Some of them have a little bit more, but on average, you just need an establishing shot of where you're at to give people perspective of what you're going to be droning about, right, or talking about, or vlogging. So that's kind of like the way I'm heading. And now this is way lighter. It fits in my bag. Actually, I can put my action cam. I can put all my batteries, accessories, and it's not over crammed. It's really nice and light compared to what I had even with the mini series, because the controller was like double the weight of the drone, and the drone had to be unfolded, you know. So it was, yeah, I think it's a win-win, but I am losing out on the range, the distance, and the quality of the sensors. But thing is, if I'm doing mostly proximity flying, it's no big deal. Because if it flies too far or too high, you lose. I mean, we got GPS. You know, we got satellite imaging. If you really want to get that kind of a height on the area that you want to vlog on, you can always take a snapshot of, you know, what the GPS you can get on your phone. But otherwise, yeah, that's where I'm liking this drone more. And there's talk that there's a 3 coming out. I'm not sure how much more better it would be, but I like this one. It's great. It's 4K, I think 100 frames per second. I don't use it. I don't use those resolutions. I stick with 1K at 60 frames, and that's more than good enough for me. So yeah, it's the news for today. I just want to give you a background of my drone history and experience. So I hope you enjoy that. This is Paul reporting live. Stay tuned till next time.